Alright. Good morning, family. So it's been quite a while since I did my last video, and it's not that I haven't been trading, but I was sick for a while, and now I'm, well, trying to do better. But this was quite the amazing trade. Right? I took this trade this week. This was probably the only trade that I really took this week. I took a trade today as well. Today being Friday, and it stopped me out. This was on my demo account because I'm actually done for the entire month with my live account, right? That's another thing about trading. You have to know exactly when you hit your targets, when you're done, when you don't need to take any more trades, be when you should be out of the market. And I personally am out of the market when I hit 5% in a month because that's pretty much all I personally need out of the market to make a living with my strategy, okay? So here we can see this is actually the dollar index. So this was a big part in framing the trade that I took on Thursday. Now I took a trade. I traded both Euro USD and GBP USD using two different, well, entry styles because one of them was an order flow entry and one of them was just an entry practically from the low. So you'll end up seeing my two practical entry patterns as well as what I look for overall when taking a very high probability trade. Now, what made this trade high probability was that we had all these equal lows and this liquidity resting below here. So the dollar index was in a consolidation. Now, the dollar index moves opposite to GBP USD and Euro USD because they are paired against USD. It's GBP against the US dollar, right? Now, since it's against the US dollar, when the markets are moving in correlation or in tandem, you would expect to see the dollar index and GBP USD and Euro USD moving in opposite directions. So, looking at this, we had Asian highs taken out in the dollar index. We were trading higher into this, back into this order block. We were recapitalizing this order block and this one as well. I don't think we took out the mean threshold of this order block. Did we? Yes, we did. So, we were recapitalizing this order block right here. This is the buy before the sell-off, right? That caused this last liquidity pocket over here. So the market did two things, right? When the market traded up here, we left behind liquidity here. This is equal lows. We also left behind very obvious liquidity here. Now, what liquidity is just orders. The market is completely filled with orders, right? Now, in the retail mindset, if you go look online and you look for how to trade or trading patterns, one of the normal ones you see is the double top or the triple top, the double bottom or the triple bottom. Now, because these things are exposed to the general public, you will have multiple people putting entries or their exits, their stop losses below these kinds of market structure, these kinds of price action signatures, right? Now, when they do this, the market knows exactly what it is pricing in. So the market knows when it prices in these equal lows, these double bottoms, triple bottoms, right? So someone who trades a double bottom would be like, okay, this is we go up, we bounce once, we bounce again. They would probably buy here or buy here, and then they would catch this move. So this is like giving them some profit, right? Then the market now sells off, takes them out here, and anybody who was buying here, buying here, buying here, they got this move here, buying here, they got this move here. Everybody just got completely shaken out of the market, right? If anybody was buying down here and they moved their stop loss to here, they also shook them out of the market. So these were my targets going into the London session. I was looking at having these lows purged, and then to get this, what I will need to see is that the market take out Asia lows and then trade higher, which is exactly what we got, right? So now this on GU is would be my regular entry criteria, right? This is my favorite entry criteria. This is when I don't need to use the order flow entry, when the market is not actually literally running away from me at high velocity. So what we had here was we had this sell to buy. As you can see, we sold in these three candles, then we bought up here. So this entire thing is what you call an order block. So it's the sell before the buy. As you can see, price came back directly into this, and then we shot up. Now it's the exact same thing. Entry criteria. I had Asian lows swept. I had a break of market structure here. I have a 5 minute fair value gap here, and then I take my entry. Well, I think it was 10 pips, 10, well, 1 pip, 10 points above this, because GBP USD is very strange with the spread, right? The spread is about 10 points on my broker, so it was 10 points above the actual fair value gap, so I can get my fill. And then price came back, we consolidated for a little bit. So people who expect very explosive price action in here would be getting emotional, would be wondering, okay, is this going to hit my stop loss? The market does these things to shake people out in the market. So people may have dropped their positions, they may have put up their stop loss, or done things that they should not be doing, right? So holding this went and hit my target 3 to 1 toward the end of the session. So I was in this trade from here for maybe about 1 hour, right? 1 hour to make 3%, right? Now on the other entry, this is an order flow entry now. Now the reason for the order flow entry is because we traded above the last order block, and then we created a new order block, right? This candle traded down, this candle's body is below this candle, so I look at this candle as my bullish order block, right? This is my sell to the buy, so we sold here, we bought here, same thing over here. As you can see, I denoted that we had equal lows. We went up, we smashed through it, took out Asian lows, broke up, came back, created an order block, broke up again. And the reason why my fib is here and not here is because I actually got in on this candle. So the price broke up here, price came down, filled me in, it went back up. As you can see, it wicked up, and then we came back down again to test the order block itself, and then we shot up, right? So people who would see this as, okay, I got my reaction, I'm upset, put my trade at break even. If I was very quick to put my trade at break even or to entry, my stop loss to entry, I would have gone and stopped out here. So another thing you can learn from this is you have to have a lot of patience with the markets, right? You have to actually let your trade play out. If you are learning a strategy and then there are confirmations to collapse your trade, then you can collapse your trade before it actually hits your stop, so you lose less. And what I would do if I was holding this, right, my stop would be below here. So I normally trade my stop below 15-minute order blocks, right? So if I'm selling above here and we trade lower, we trade below this, right? My stop would be above here. We go out again, we trade below this, my stop would be above here. So when the market came back here, I would have gone stopped out, right? I trade my stop by 15-minute order blocks, which is the time frame higher than the 5 minute. This is the one time frame that I use above the 5 minute, right? And that's really the business for today. I haven't taken much trades. I didn't take any trades yet on EU today. As you can see, I don't have any setup on here for today. Didn't take anything. But on GBP USD, I did take this. Let me see. It's actually okay. I did take this loss, and this is the exact same criteria as always. We had price go up, price straight down into sell-side liquidity. I waited for a market structure shift, which I have here. Nah, this is not it. Right. Market structure shift, which I have here. We push up. I drop my fib, take my entry at 50%, and as you can see, price did give some reaction, but then we ultimately broke down and we continued bearish. This was my overall bias for the day, but I trade according to my strategy, right? So whatever my strategy says, I execute. And this is really how you have to trade, right? On the DXY, I was looking for something similar to yesterday. We had these equal lows. I was hoping that the market would hit this and then come down and take them out, but that wasn't the case. So you're not gonna be right every single day. And I'm gonna see you guys next week if I take anything interesting.